Mheshimiwa Amos Kemunya, my partner, KPMG, led by Joseph Maura. So good evening to all of you. Yesterday we had a whole day of speeches. We had lots of conversation. And I want to thank the minister because he was part of that conversation yesterday. And today is really a day or an evening when you want to spend the time celebrating the achievement of the top 100. One of the things that pleased me as I went around the tables is to see that the number of entrants who are coming for the first time, I think, are over 50%, which is very good. It means that within top 100, there's a lot of competition. And if somebody does not, work hard, it is unlikely that you keep your position, which is a very good thing because it shows that it is dynamic. It also shows one thing, that there is a lot of potential and there is a lot of top 100 type companies out there in Kenya, which is a good thing because it shows, and yesterday we were doing some rough calculations that were showing that if you really take top 100 equivalent companies around the country, then you are really talking about the real contributors to this economy. You are talking about major and significant contributors to this economy. However, we talked a lot about that yesterday, and all I want to do now, as we celebrate, because the rest of the evening will be devoted to celebrating, is to just make a few remarks by way of prayers. I want to pray for the top 100 winners, and I want to raise up 5 issues by way of prayers for those top 100. The first one is that may the top 100 people, may the top 100 companies be companies that are going to be net providers of dollar inflows into this country. Because, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of noise is being made about dollars, and lots of conversations that really, oftentimes is not making economic sense. The reality is that the way this country is going to have lots and lots of dollars is through increased productivity and through export of goods and services. Because dollars do not, the last time I checked, dollars do not grow in central bank. Neither do they grow anywhere else. Dollars are earned by us exporting our goods and services. And therefore, I really do pray that this top 100 will be a source of dollar inflows by expanding and exporting into those regions. Which leads me to my second prayer. My second prayer is that the top 100 companies in Kenya shall go forth and conquer East Africa and actually go beyond East Africa. Because when they do that, not only will they bring those much needed dollars, but they are going to become major multinationals, major earners for this country. Because again, if you look around the world, you show me a country that does not have its own multinationals, and I'll show you a poor country. So we need to have our own homegrown multinationals, our own organizations going out there to conquer, and I know there are many companies that are doing just that in order for us to move to the next level. Which also leads me to the third prayer, which is related to the first two. May the top 100 companies out of that expansion become major employers of our youth in this country. Because, again, let us face it, because we are talking about our own children, our unemployment level is running at 35%. Unless we do something to the youth that are out there who are not having jobs to keep them busy, then we know that we are in trouble. But then, we do not need to have that, because if we expanded our businesses, if we hear that this top 100 is moving into Uganda, is moving into Tanzania, is moving into Zambia, Malawi, and into DRC and South Sudan, then we know that that expansion is going to lead to us employing more people and therefore move more people out of the unemployment situation and create that employment that is going to make sure that we have a more stable society. There is no other way in my mind of creating that stable society than keeping our people busy, doing productive work that is going to enhance our competitiveness in Africa and beyond. My fourth one, and I don't know whether I'm going to get a clap for this one, is I pray that top 100 companies will become major taxpayers in this country. Why? Because, let us face it, and let us separate two things. Let us separate the issue about whether the tax money is being used properly. And we have our government minister who is going to explain that, because Mr. Kimunya is a businessman on his own right and has been there and done that. The issue of paying taxes is as important as all the other things that we've talked about. Those are four. Then the fifth one is that I pray again that top 100 companies and our employees shall not remain spectators as we watch the political events in this country unfold. That we shall be right in there, helping to shape opinion and helping to create the kind of country that you'd like to see. Oftentimes, we businessmen are accused of actually taking a backseat and letting the politicians drive the show. Whereas that it must happen because the politicians are the ones who do that. We must ensure that we play our part, first of all by voting, first of all in voicing our opinions, first of all in engaging the politicians, because there's one thing that I would want to say, that today, the government of yesteryear and the government of today are very different. We have people who are able to listen, we have people who are able to engage. Mheshimiwa is a good example who spent most of the day with us yesterday and he's here again. So let us take these opportunities to engage and collectively work towards creating the kind of country that we would like to see. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, I want to wish all the top 100 a speedy movement towards joining Club 101. Me, Nation Media Group and KPMG do not enjoy hosting you for too many years as a top 100 because you are an expensive lot. We really would want to see you coming as Merek Engineering and Magnet Ventures and Jetlink and the others and telling us what we ought to be doing and in fact contributing to the whole initiative about Top 100. So we wish you a speedy movement to Club 101 so that we can now start entertaining a totally different lot. Having said that, I just now want to take this opportunity to thank all the people in KPMG, led by Philip, who is the project director, for the great work that they have done up to this day, both in terms of the conference, in terms of the preparations, and in terms of even having this evening.